Well, everybody, this is Radio Entrepreneurs, and we continue to stream stories of entrepreneurship and this economy and how leaders are adapting. We have been doing this for almost 7 years now, over 7,000 interviews, over 38 countries, and we continue to build and grow as we go. And these stories are real time, so I think that's important for entrepreneurs. Our next guest, Rolan Reichel, CEO of arrowai. Welcome, Rolan.
Jeffrey, great to be here. Thanks for having me on this morning.
What does it mean to be part of Arrow?
It's a lot of fun, actually. We're a company that was founded late 2019, got our start in 2020. So we grew up and built the company during COVID. So it's a lot of fun. We spend a lot of time on video, but we've got a great company culture and a lot of really creative people here at the business.
And what do you do?
Right. So we're a technology company. We build marketing tools for small businesses. And really the company was founded on a really simple idea, which is that paid advertising is pretty much broken. The paid ad ecosystem is broken, and it's even more broken for small and medium businesses. And, I talked to thousands of businesses as we founded the company, and they all tell me the same story. They've spent money on paid advertising. It just hasn't worked for them. So we built a content marketing platform. It's super unique, super different than anything else on the market, and focused on these small and micro businesses.
Well, you probably have an intellectual convert in me. I used to work for Madison Avenue ad agencies, and I have always had my doubts about not the effectiveness, but the efficiency of traditional marketing. It's really more about the cost efficiency per dollar. So are you able to measure what you do and show that to clients?
Yeah, absolutely. And, small businesses, micro businesses, are unique in a lot of ways, and that the marketing dollars come directly from the owner's pockets in a lot of cases. I mean, they're funding these marketing activities directly, and it impacts their bottom line. So measurement, effectiveness, Jeffrey, I mean, you really, are calling out the right things there. So the way that we approach this is through content and helping these businesses raise their social profile. So I'll answer your question just in 2 seconds here, but the idea is that whether you're selling insurance in Toledo, Ohio, or you're selling a technology, product like us, the more you raise your profile, the more you're seen as a leader in your industry, the better you sell. So we're a content play and helping folks really raise that business profile. The way they measure the effectiveness is how many people clicked from their social media business pages and went to their website, how many people like them, how many people follow them, what that following looks like. So it's very tangible, and the results are great. We work with thousands of businesses that, get that extra 5 or 10 leads a month, that extra 3 or 4 new pieces of business a month that is make or break for their business.
Well, I could ask you questions forever. I find it very interesting, making it concrete. Roland, what's your background? I always like to quote, Rocky J. Squirrel. I like to get into the, Wayback Machine and find out, how did you evolve into this? Have you always been an entrepreneur? How did COVID affect you that's made you start a business during such a time of upheaval?
Yeah, I've always been an entrepreneur. The first business I ever started when I was 15 years old, I would skateboard from my home to school in high school. And on the way, I'd go by the donut shop and I'd buy a dozen donuts for $6 and I'd sell them for $1 each. So I've been an entrepreneur really since then. But I built my career in digital marketing. So like you, I've got big brand corporate experience. I've seen huge technologies deploy, big brands, Microsoft and Disney and Adobe, and sold technology to these companies. And really the last 10 years, I've been 100% focused on starting businesses. And I say startups are a little bit like tattoos. Once you get your first one, it's really exciting, and it's a little bit addictive. So, I had just exited a company prior to starting Arrow. I sold a piece of technology in a business to a company in Canada, and we took it public on the Toronto Venture Stock Exchange. So I had a little bit of public markets experience. And after that, I was all in on this small business community.
Well, you're definitely, your first business was probably the business of choice for Homer Simpson, being a donut business. But do you have a technology marketing background personally?
I do, yeah. So I spent over 10 years selling digital marketing technology to big brands.
Okay.
So I worked with Adobe and Microsoft and Disney and Ford, helping them implement digital technology to better market their companies. So you talked about efficiency. I've seen these companies implement artificial intelligence and really big platforms and technology to make their marketing very efficient. And to loop it back to Arrow real quick, Jeffrey, one of the things I didn't see was investment in tools for small and micro businesses. So over, my career before I became an entrepreneur, I mean, I saw billions of dollars spent on these massive, incredible pieces of technology, but really aimed at big companies. So I'm really excited now to see, not just Arrow, but the industry as a whole say, hey, look, small and micro businesses need tools. They need artificial intelligence powered tools. They need things that are very effective and efficient for them as well. And we're a part of that kind of focus on this community.
So does the cobbler's son wear no shoes? Do you do your own marketing on your own firm? I mean, here you are on Radio Entrepreneurs, and I'm glad that you were able to slum with us today, but do you use your own services?
We do, absolutely. And it's interesting because I think that in the early stages of a startup, and I'll kind of speak to anyone who's either started a company or maybe runs their own company. In the early stages, you and your business are really intertwined. And a lot of times the founders, sort of carry the company forward from a brand perspective, right? So I've thought a lot about, I do a lot of blog posts. I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of speaking engagements like this, a lot of podcasts. And to really, communicate the message and vision of the company. But outside of that, we use our own technology. We integrate Arrow directly into our own social media business pages, and we've been able to grow our following over 300% just in a few months. So it's a highly effective tool, and we use it ourselves.
Very interesting. So technology is changing fast. It's not a stable road for someone to get on. So how do you see your particular technology and your competitive position in the next couple of years evolving?
Yeah, it's a really great point. So one of the things that we talk a lot about here is
if it was a good point, Lauren probably fed it to me.
Fair dues. It's a team effort. We all have a team. So one of the things that we talk about at Arrow a lot is sort of platform fatigue and SaaS fatigue. Small businesses and everyone just gets thrown tons of platforms. Like, think about your personal life. Like, in the course of a single day, you log into your banking, you log into this, you log into that, blah, 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 blah. So what we've done at Arrow is switch things up a bit. And we've said, look, let's think about where people work. You've got your desktop, you've got your browser open. And the product that we've gone to market with for small and micro business is a browser extension. So that was a really big choice for us in the beginning, is to not build a platform, but to focus on the browser extension. It integrates directly into your pages. So it's right where the user needs it. And when you want to use Arrow, you don't have to go log in somewhere. You don't have to remember a password. You click a button right at the top of your browser, the same as you would with, like, say, Grammarly or Calendly, and Arrow pops up and gets to work. So I agree with you 100%. Like, technology has become more powerful, but in some ways dominated our lives. And at Arrow, we're really committed to building tools that are easy to use, don't require extra effort, and are right where you need them in your browser or on your mobile phone.
In some ways, though, for an entrepreneur, technology can become unstable, because whatever decision you purchase today is outdated tomorrow, because we're living in dog years now. And so for every year, it's 7 years. So that's a problem too. And that's why I like to ask you the future questions. Roland, since you're in such a dynamic field, do I have to twist your arm to get you to come back again to Radio Entrepreneurs and tell us how the technology is evolving? Maybe give us some cases?
Not at all. I'd love to come back anytime, and we can get into some use cases. We've got some great companies that use our technology from all over the country, New York City to Atlanta, and I'd love to dig into one of those. I can also talk, more specifically about the artificial intelligence that we've deployed and how it works and how we built it. I think people would find that interesting. Yeah, I always look forward to the opportunity to reach out to folks and be on the show.
I have been accused many times of having artificial intelligence. Roland, if someone's looking for you and wants to know more about the company, obviously very dynamic, how would they find you?
Yeah, so the best place to find us is online. Our website is www.getarrow.ai. That's www.getarrow.ai. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I'm very available, and you can DM me directly. It's Rolan Reichel, ROLANREICHEL. So reach out on LinkedIn. We can set up a demo. I can show you the technology, feel free to get in touch.
Great. Last Roland I met was a great tennis player. Hopefully you are too. Remind everybody, this is Radio Entrepreneurs.